hotties, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, then welcome. My name is Kellykayaesthetics. Thank you so much for tuning in with me today. So today I am gonna be going over like my final thoughts, or just the last video dealing with Job Corps, because I know a few of you have messaged me and there's been some more comments. So I just wanted to put out the last video, and I mean this will be the last video. I honestly didn't enjoy my time there, and so I don't want to keep talking about it. But yeah, so we do have a partnership for today, yay, which would be Anna Louisa. So if you are new here, then you won't know too much, but if you've been around, I've talked about them before. So Anna Louisa is a jewelry brand that is based in New York City. Provide good affordable jewelry, like as far as good quality and lasting, but it's also good for the environment. So they use partially recycled materials as much as they possibly can, and then they also have this carbon neutral process that it goes through. So I think that's really cool to look into and just to learn about. We purchase from so many different brands, but what mark are they actually making on the world? You know, what is our money actually going to? Up close. And it has this cute little flower clasp, this beautiful gold necklace that has this little rose iridescent pendant on there. I think it's just so cute and super dainty. So yeah, be sure to go check them out. They do have a 35% off sale going on right now, so go see what they got. Without further ado, let's get into what y'all actually came here for. So let me see. So I screenshotted the comments, so I'm gonna be looking down here and there. Rosita asked, well, she said, awesome video, very good. I also wanted to ask, which Job Corps did you go to, and did you graduate already? So I attended the Job Corps that is in McKinney, Texas. So it's a North Texas Job Corps location. And yes, I've already graduated. I went in August 2022. So yeah, August 2022 to April 2023. So I spent a total of 8 months there. 7 months were in my trade, and then 1 month was a prep class that they make you take when you first get there. Milani said, I'm going for CMA and GED. I don't want to stay more than a year. Is that possible? And can we bring fans and one stuffed animal for bed decor and our own pillow? So yeah, you are able to bring a teddy bear, a fan. It just has to be, you have to make sure that you have a plug near your bed, because the plugs were very sparse and they were nowhere near the beds at the location that I went to. And then as far as other bed decor and your own pillow, at my location, yes, you were able to bring your own bedding if you pleased, but they kept telling us that eventually we were all gonna have to have the same bedding from the center, but that never ended up happening while I was there. But I believe some of the other centers may be a bit more strict on that. And as far as the time goes, I would say it varies on every person. So I didn't have to get my high school diploma or my GED when I went there, so I feel that was partially why I was able to get out of there faster. As far as medical assisting goes, that would depend on your instructor, because they all teach differently. Some of them will just teach each person just as is, one-on-one. And then there's other people who they'll teach, but then they'll wait until they have a certain amount of people to go over a certain thing, as far as phlebotomy, because that's a big one. So we started that as soon as I went into the class, but they were waiting for me to come in to start it. And yeah, so it just depends. I would just say whenever you go, make sure that you stay focused and remember what you're there for. Try not to focus on the time too much, just do your best. Okay, so no ting
said worth it, question mark. So I feel like the program is a really good program. It's just ran improperly, at least at the McKinney location. So for me personally, I don't think it was fully worth it, just because I'm not working as a phlebotomist or a medical assistant. Like, I've been looking for positions in those areas, but none of them pay as much as I'm getting paid right now. So and I do less work right now than I would do if I was in any of those roles. So for me personally, it wasn't worth it, but I'm a person who already had an associate's degree before I went to Job Corps. Like, I already had my high school diploma. I already had my aesthetics license. So it just kind of depends on where you are in life, because there were certain people there who definitely needed to be there, like, in order to get like a foot, like, you know, like to get their grounding together. I do have friends that attended Job Corps and they only went for the trade, but they're actually working in their trade and they enjoy it. So I would say don't get discouraged, just go see. And then if you don't like it, you can always leave. So that's a good thing. So Jordan. So Jordan said, what kind of work do y'all get? So we had a lot of work, if I'm gonna be honest. At least in medical assisting, not every trade is this way. I would say medical assisting is one of the more like mentally draining trades that they have there. I would say mentally challenging. So we did a lot of work. So from phlebotomy, in which phlebotomy is drawing your blood. So we had to learn like the tubes and which additives were in the tubes, like what the colors meant and all of that, which ones you would use. We went over if a patient is dealing with a certain thing, like, and you're trying to find something in particular in their blood, like what would you use? So that was the main gist of, I would say, for phlebotomy. Oh yeah, and then also like where not to draw blood and like how to do that. So that kind of stuff. And then EKG was not fun. I honestly am still astonished that I even passed the state test for EKG. But EKG is where you're reading the rhythms of the heart, basically. So that work consisted of us having to like look at the, you know, the little thingy, and that's a shame. I don't even remember what it's called, but I'm certified, so but yeah, so you have to look at the little like heartbeat, and you're able to, so the waves, so we look at the waves. I was trying to think of like the word for the wave, but it's a wave. So you look at the waves and determine if they're regular or irregular and just stuff like that. And you learn what can like cause irregular heartbeats and like what medications you use for a particular heartbeat. I would say the medications was really hard too. Or not necessarily the medications, but we did abbreviations. So we did touch on medications, but we didn't like go like super in depth. But as far as abbreviations, we did. We had like where we would have a full page that had like a lot of abbreviations. I'd say probably like 20 to 40. No, actually it was more than that sometimes. Sometimes they went up to like 60. So I would say it could be anywhere from like 20 to 60 abbreviations, and you have to write them down. And a lot of my spellings were not correct, but my instructor knew what I was trying to spell. So I would say she played a huge part in like actually being helpful, because I'm not gonna have to know exactly how to spell it as long as I can recognize it. You know, she was realistic, so I was very grateful for that. And then medical assisting, that's more of like handling, you know, like the office work side of it. Also doing like blood pressure and stuff like that. So it's a lot that goes into it, if I'm being honest, but it was like really fun to learn. Like, I don't regret going there. Next, Jada says, overall, would you do it again to get your end goal? I guess I'm asking if it's really worth it. I want to do dental assisting. So I would say overall, I wouldn't do it again. Like, even though I don't regret going, I wouldn't put myself back through that. Just mainly because the people, like the experience that the people there created, like the energy, I just don't believe that God was abiding there, and I wouldn't put myself back into that situation again. So yeah. And I don't think they have dental assisting at Job Corps, at least not at the location I went to. They didn't have that, but if they do, then I would say research the center that you're interested in and go for it, because even though Job Corps is not the best place to be, it is a free program and it's fast tracked. Like, if I would have tried to get the certifications that I got there, like outside of school, then it would have taken way longer. I didn't really have a question, but she said that if I wanted to do medical assisting, I could have done an apprenticeship, in which I didn't think of like an apprenticeship. I'm not even really familiar with them, if I'm being honest. But yeah, I didn't want to work for less than what I've already been paid. Like, it'd be different if being a medical assistant was my end goal, but it's not. Like, that's just a stepping stone to what I'm doing. So I wouldn't have wanted to accept a lesser pay. Yeah, for no, I just like, and I mean, essentially I did accept a lesser pay because Job Corps only gave us $40 every 2 weeks. But yeah, I don't know, just in my mind it makes sense that the way that I did it. But if you are interested and don't want to go to Job Corps, then I would say look into the apprenticeship way, and also check and see if your state even requires medical assistants to have a certification, because in most states it's not required, but it's not required, but it is a standard in today's time. Like, that's what most companies look for. They want you to have some prior training, even though they already train you on the job. So, but yeah, I mean, as far as medical assisting, it's very in-depth, so I feel like they should have to have one. But, you know, there's doctors out here that don't even know what they're doing. So yeah. So that was actually the last question or a statement that I had. Have been recently commented that I thought was worth acknowledging. So yeah, I would say, just to wrap things up, I do recommend Job Corps. I would just say be cautious of which center you choose to go with. And I would just say to be realistic when you're going in there. Like, don't expect to meet the love of your life, or to like, I don't know, just be like, it's not college, it's not high school, it's a place to help you get what you need. It's a stepping stone. Don't look for anything from anybody there, because they're there to help themselves the same way you're there to help yourself. So I would just say to stay focused on that. When I was there, I saw a lot of kids dealing with just things that were unnecessary, as far as like fights, dating, rumors, he said, she said, drama. And I feel like that's what can get people stuck there longer, because if you're not focused on your work and you worry about everything else, then like, why are you here? I highly recommend going to the Google page of whichever Job Corps you're interested in and thoroughly reading the comments. Don't just read, you know, a couple good ones, read them. And if you go to the McKinney Job Corps website, then you'll see my review. So if y'all want to like read in depth of how I truly felt while I was there, and like some more of the stuff that I dealt with, then go check it out, because it's public for everybody to see.
But enough about Job Corps. I hope that this video was very helpful for everybody. And I pray that God truly leads you all to what it is that you're meant to do in this life. A lot of times we'll see what other people are doing and we'll become infatuated with it when that may not be our calling. So yeah, I would just say stay focused and keep God first. I pray that everybody has a wonderful new year. Please be safe and have fun. Don't forget to give God glory, because we wouldn't be making it into the new year without him, okay? But yeah, I'm very excited for this new year to come. I have a couple of things I plan on incorporating on this channel, and I'm a little nervous, but I think it's gonna be for the best. Well, I know it's gonna be for the best. So make sure you stay tuned for that. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. God bless you. Bye.